another pattern that's quite, well, it is new, and I've been asked for a long time for this, for various people asked me, and then there's a lady that was in one of my classes called Annabelle, and Annabelle, her daughter, was a Highland dancer, so there's a lot of Highland dancers in Northern Ireland, I suppose. There's a lot of, we have a lot of Scots-Irish blood in us, so I mean, all my ancestors came over here from Scotland and settled around the Ballymena area, and they brought with them, as all, you know, people who moved do, they brought with them their own traditions. And so in Northern Ireland, especially in the Ballymena mid-Ulster area, and I think it's getting more popular than it ever was, there's a lot of Highland dancing. Okay, so the Highland dancers, from what I can see on the you know, when I'm looking up the pictures, come in all colours. They don't seem to have like a particular colour for their outfit. So this is another simple doll. So this one has a red skirt, okay. She has a waistcoat that comes off and a frill. It's not, the skirt gives you the impression of being a tartan skirt, okay. Round the waistcoat I embroidered using, it's just a silver yarn, okay. I tried to buy braids and things, but they were all too wide and they didn't work. So I just did a chain stitch. I do a lot of chain stitches and things. And at the back of the dress, you know, she comes down in a point. And I just give this one plaits, you know. Her socks, they always wear tartan socks. And I tried several ways of knitting them and all the rest of them. And I ended up doing the socks in moss stitch. And when you do moss stitch, you'll see that there's a pattern, the white sock. You'll see that if you look closely, that there's a diagonal pattern. So with an embroidery thread and a chain stitch, I just followed the diagonal pattern and gave her check socks. Some of them are better than others. You know, the more I did, the more they turned out better. You know. I started before I put this, I didn't put this on until I'd finished all the chain stitch, which meant I was able to hide, you know, where you start off and where you finish with your embroidery thread in under there. I'm a great one for hiding things. Again, I have stitched just with, you'll not see it, but I can feel it, you know, around the shoes. I always do now. It just makes them a wee bit more finished looking, just a chain stitch of the black around the bottom. So there's the Highland dancer. This was the colour that Annabelle's granddaughter wears. She sent me a picture of Annabelle's granddaughter. As you can see in this one, this was before I started embroidering with chain stitch. I was just using the two colours of the skirt. So she's a blonde. This was Annabelle's granddaughter's colours. Then I did because I'd done several skirts to try them out, I made a blue one and I give her a blue waistcoat. Same again, she got the embroidered socks, which I think is the best option. Okay, and then this was the very first one I made. So the socks are different again because I'd started doing it just you know, with the wool, and then I said no, so this probably is the least. This was the first one I knit, so this is probably the least professional looking one. There's a wee mistake in the skirt as well, but anyway, so but they come in all colours. Highland dancers, it's amazing how many people do Highland dancers. I think there's a Highland dancing. I think there's a lot of people now going back to our roots, go back to our traditional roots. So here's the Highland dancers. Okay, so the pattern is on my Etsy, eBay and Ravelry. Cheaper, but to go to my website, which is www.ecdesigns.co.uk. There you go. Highland dancers.